You know, as a result of studying AZD, not only has my discipline improved, my character improved. This is me before studying AZD. Obviously, this is me now. Character, confidence, discipline, and the certainty to get women, communicate.
I am an attorney in California. I'm an attorney in Texas. And none of that happened before I met AZD and IMC Nation. He gave me the mindset, the understanding, the knowledge, the knowingness deep within that I can accomplish whatever the fuck I want.
Thanks to AZD, I have control of my mind and awareness of my character and development in a way that's not possible. I've studied with so many masters, so many teachers of the mind, awareness, intelligence, intellect, skill sets of many different fields. Nobody compares with what AZD does. It's not even on the same order of magnitude.
With AZD, I took my level of certainty and confidence to another level that I didn't know I could tap into. These teachings really allowed me to unleash myself into a whole new version of myself that could produce more, make more money than ever before.
In the chaos of today's world, IMC Nation stands as a beacon of transformation. Founded by Arise Aparti Bazaar, known globally as AZD. Through his YouTube videos, AZD shared profound philosophies and the wisdom of his mentors, sparking a movement of unparalleled self-evolution and mental mastery. IMC Nation is not just an idea, but a powerful brotherhood of men who live with honor, purpose, and unyielding strength. The epitome of the true alpha male. Men who are not only dreamers, but doers, turning visions into reality through the most powerful techniques of self-mastery. This movement has grown organically, spreading like wildfire across the globe, attracting men driven by a desire for excellence and greatness. Here, men are transformed into modern-day warriors, mastering their minds and lives. They learn to turn fear into courage, doubt into conviction, and weakness into strength. This is the art of the true alpha male, a blend of power, wisdom, and elegance. IMC Nation is more than a community. It's a revolution. It calls to those who seek more than the ordinary, promising not just change, but profound metamorphosis. Under AZD's guidance, men unlock their true potential, becoming unstoppable forces of nature. Join us. Be part of this epic journey. Witness the rise of powerful, inspiring, and dominant men. Let IMC Nation be the catalyst for your transformation and the brotherhood where your true potential is realized. This is the path of the true alpha male. This is the art of becoming unstoppable.
That's nice. That's nice. I'm that guy. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's AZD. Let's talk about it, okay? I'm here with IMC Nation, and this is a program for about an hour where we're going to talk about any subject, and we have a panel here, we have people online, and this is the tradition of old philosophers, okay? Men of intelligence from different fields, IMC Nation, International Masters Council, Nation, get together every day and take an idea, like let's say how to make more money this week, right? And let's say one guy's a real estate, one guy's a barber, one guy's sells insurance, another guy's a trainer. They should all get together as a team and mastermind, right? They should be a team so that if I'm a trainer and that guy has 100 employees and I'm his friend and I'm the best, fuck the rest, Manu Tupo, be the best, fuck the rest. If I'm his friend, he might be able to send me 25 of his employees, and me training them should give them more energy so they can work better and have a better mindset and better attitude. And then at the same time, I may be training a client that needs a job, right? And I see how that client trains. Then in the mastermind team, I can say, well, you're looking for an employee. I know this person who just moved here did this. And so the mastermind first can feed each other based on their lives. But more important than that, they have a goal and a purpose that they all want to achieve. And they all want to go to the same thing, right? And they come together and then they put that on the table and they mastermind it. Okay, so I'm the guy who created that. My co-host today, his name is Brett. He's a very, very successful businessman. Okay, he's been known to take companies from zero. Was it 7 figures, Brett? I know you don't want to talk about it. 8 figures? 8 figures.
No, I'll talk about it.
Oh, you'll talk about
I don't
it?
mind talking about it better.
Yeah, here's Brett.
I run and operate an 8-figure business that I founded and still run and operate successfully.
And when one says 8 figures, let's bring that down to the levels of, I don't know what 8 figures actually is. What is that? What are we talking about? 100, 200, million?
That would be a business that's beyond 10 million in revenue per year.
Okay, so you're saying that you started a business like that?
Well, I started it at ground zero.
Which means nothing.
And grew it to beyond 30 million per year.
Beautiful.
In recurring revenue and maintained it.
Hey, that's my friend. Right? You want to have friends? No, hey, let me tell you something. I know no other person personally that has done that. Right? I don't know any other person. I mean, I've seen them on TV or whatever. Now, you could be lying because I never sat there and worked out your fucking finances. If you did that, then you're creating a relationship with the person you don't want to lie to when he's seeing you as that, right? That would be like, I'm a fucking liar in what I do. So I don't think he's a liar because I've seen him. He's around. He's also my housemate. Him and I have a house here in Vegas with KP. So I know that, you know, like there's enough. So anybody, that's my co-host, right? He has a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge on how to take whatever the fuck you're doing and add a bunch of zeros before the decimal point. You know what I'm saying? So, Brett, let me ask, I know it's my show, but we're talking about it. So I want to ask you a question here. I don't know anybody like that. And you and I have never talked about this. I've heard this because you've been a student and I want to know, what does that guy do? What does that guy do? So I've heard these numbers, but I've never spoken to you about it. So having done that, I have a few questions. One is, through your progress of creating this company and moving forward, will you discover moments where you were like, oh shit, and then it changed your income or were there any moments that it bumped this thing up dramatically, or was it just a constant tiny, or not tiny, just a gradual? If it was gradual, the question is, have you isolated what some of those things were that gradually gave you this perfect growth all the way up? And in that process, were there any major jumps that you recall that you could share, maybe a mindset or an idea, that's what I'm looking for, that you took on?
Yeah, definitely the growth was not gradual. It occurred in large steps and also large elements of falling.
Can you explain that?
Sure. So, I wasn't born like a Harvard graduate.
Oh, I was. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I popped out with hello chap.
That's why I'm here studying under you. But the journey to where I'm at was definitely one of exercising, mental toughness.
Like what? What is a mental toughness? Because everybody in the world knows I got to be mentally tough. And what is your measurement of that for yourself that you're saying?
So everything's about to come crashing down.
Yeah.
Within 1 hour, but you're still like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'll make it happen.
Right. Okay. I'd like to share a story when you're done. I'm going to make a note. This is why I have this. Hold on. Normally I would be like, Fernando, can you make a note of this? And then I wouldn't remember anyways. Oh, so you go, last hour, everything's broken, right? And you just say, fuck it, I got to make it happen.
Yeah, and you still do. And so, it's defined circumstance.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
It's what got me to where I'm at now, and I'm still, just a little baby.
Yeah.
I'm humbled by everything, and I'm humbled by you, honestly.
Thank you. And myself by you when I hear you did 8, and myself by you when I hear you took your company to 8 figures. Like, that's humbling to me. I have a company. I think if I had 8 figures, I'd be doing a much better job in my job, right? So it's a double humbling. And I think that's what true friendship is. I think we must admire our friends. I don't want any friends that don't admire the shit out of you, Chris. He's my friend. Like, there's too many things, right? If we want to be led by people like that, we want to call them friends, because then as regular, and we're talking social dynamics, that's what I do. In social dynamics, you must always weigh the value of of the mistake a person makes or a flaw they have versus the value they bring. We're not all the same, right? I don't think that if the president of the United States gets stopped at a traffic stop, he should be treated just like every other citizen is treated. No. He's responsible for the final call of who's going to war, who's not. He's doing this, is that. If he speeds, let the fucker speed and make sure everybody's out of his way. He doesn't need a brigade. His status holds responsibility, right? And so, there you go. That's all I got to say about that. Cheers. Cheers.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's one of the reasons I really love all the content and the teachings you put out, because that's honestly exactly true. Anyone that would say certain people don't deserve certain things because of what the level of service they're bringing to the world, they're lying to you.
Yeah, everybody should evaluate your lives and really take a good stock of who are the valuable, we call them terminals in what I do. Terminal is a position in space that one communicates from, okay? It has to be able to send and receive communication. It's technical when I speak on this. So it's you should take a look at the terminals in your world, the ones who send and receive communication from you, and see the value in it. That could even be, in this particular case, not always when I speak, in this particular case, we could even talk about a phone. You could have a gadget that really helps your communication, right? And that's a lot of value in your life. It's better than gadgets that don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's got to take a look at their life and their social dynamics and go, and have to go, all right, let's start and sift through my life. Who are the terminals, the points of communication that I draw the most life from, right? I must put them in another shelf, and I cannot treat them the way I treat everybody, right? That's what I've always done. My teachers have always been in a certain shelf. Didn't matter how I felt, didn't matter what the fuck was going on, right? In front of the fucking teacher, I'm there to absorb wisdom. If I'm not feeling like doing jiu-jitsu, if I don't feel like, it doesn't matter what the fuck I feel like. I don't agree with the teacher, my jiu-jitsu teacher Batata, Sandra Batata, world champion, as I have a disagreement. Have I had disagreements with my jiu-jitsu teacher? Bro, yes, of course. But the thing is, the disagreement sounded like this internally. That technique, internally, doesn't mean it's true. That technique is really dope, but I won't be using it because I'm not good at doing that technique. That sounds like a limitation that a teacher shouldn't have, that I have. My teacher should not look at me and say, you don't have access to this technique. So he never had that. So my only disagreement was like, I don't want to do that. I'd rather do this. Why? Because this is comfortable. Now, many years later, I look back and I go, man, I had such a great teacher. Because he always put me in the most uncomfortable situations. If he knew I was really good at that, he would say, don't do that today. Don't do that. And then as I got older in the belt, he would say, okay, I told you not to do that. And then I would have some excuse, but then I would be like, man, he's right. And I would do it a little bit the way he did it. And this became my progression into death, right? Into hell. And so at some point, he didn't even tell me anymore. He would watch me, but I could see in his eyes. I know how many times he told me not to turn my back. How many times he told me not to turn my back is too many times to even count. I would turn my back. Why? Come fight me on my back. You'll see why. Okay? I'm comfortable with somebody on my back. I can defend. Somehow I could sense him. But he didn't want me to be there defending. He would always say, if you defend long enough, they're going to get you. He was right. Defend long enough, they're going to get you. So then my game became don't get me. And now I'm so far off of jiu-jitsu of what he taught. I'm now doing my jiu-jitsu suddenly, right? And that's when I stopped training, because now I got my black belt, right? He's no longer saying that to me, but I can see it in his eyes. And now I got to make a decision. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go teach at IMC, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, from the way I teach it, under this tradition. And I got to make sure, why? I got to make sure now I'm not watering it down. So during this time, I got to either myself go in there and fight, or my students have to go fight. Otherwise, I'm going to become delusional. I've seen that happen in martial arts. I'll always be the best one in the academy. I'll never let anybody get up to me. And my students will only have themselves. No. So I would go to train in Batatas, or I would have my students go train over there, invite people over there, right? Because you got to keep the quality up. I don't know why I'm saying that, but it's a great story. Since we're talking about stuff and we're philosophers, we should talk about stuff like that. We're talking about it. Okay, back to you. So we got people on. Are there questions?
Yeah.
What are we doing today?
Yeah, if there's any questions in the chat, anyone that's signed in new, feel free to ask them, and we'll present those at AZD as a unique, very evolved perspective on all things relationship.
As Brett has made an 8-figure company, I have also done that in relationships. In fact, I've become the Bill Gates of relationships. I have an abundance. I've created an engine that keeps feeding itself and all the other stuff, right? So that's why you get to ask me, and why I have the show, and why many people are here. Where I can make 8-figure incomes out of your 0 income of relationships. And the way we speak and look at things. Indeed. Here we go. So what do you got going on, guys?
Yeah, and that one of the things I learned here, and I keep coming back, is because when I reflect back on everything I've done, it actually has been all through relationships, and I didn't really know it.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I realized.
You started to help me process that and become aware of the value of every word, every tone that you speak in conjuring, maintaining, disassociating these relationships is literally everything.
Yep.
And the zeros are chasing that, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not really, you make the zeros come through that ability, whether you're aware of it or you're not.
Yeah.
If you're aware of it, now you can start to really control it. And, the lifestyle that you're living in, I haven't seen one wealthier than that, honestly.
No, me neither.
Seriously, dude.
Me neither. I'm around people who make 8 figures and whatever figures and have celebrity status. And when they enter my life, I have proof they don't want to leave my life. They want to move into my life. I'm telling you, but I set out doing that because I experienced that first. I met one of my mentors' name is Mystery. He's the one that taught me social dynamics, right? So I got to hang out with him. And in the same city that I was in LA, I used to live there before too. In the same city, this has always tripped me out about life, dude. In the same city, in the same clubs, same venues, another human being, right, with 2 legs, 2 arms, was able to walk through like a god. Like, what the fuck is this? And he wasn't using money. He was using some sort of theatrics, communication techniques, it was a show watching him, right? Damn. So then I get to experience 2 nights and 3 days of being around Mystery and his crew at the time. That would be like if you guys came to IMC Nation, right? Mm-hmm. And then, I see what it's like to live like a rock star. These guys, let's call him. This could be a pleasure if he picks up. Let's see. Okay, well, got it. Let's see. So I'm on a podcast right now. It's called Let's Talk About It, and I was actually talking about 2 nights. This is Mystery, Eric Van Markovic, Jesus, okay? This is Mystery, this is the man who taught me, this is the reason you're all here, this is the reason the world is listening to me, this is the Master Jedi, this is the fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi and everybody else, okay? So I was telling a story, I don't want to take his time. Oh, thank you for picking up, brother. When I got a chance to hang out with him and his crew, the Venusian artists, and he has a camp right now, and I'm signing up for it, just so you know. I was going to surprise you, but surprise. Right? I've been trying to sign up for 2 days, just so you know. I decided 2 days ago, and I'm having a little trouble because I'm technically retarded. Right? And so when I get with my girlfriends, I forget to do it. At the end of the night, when I'm on my Instagram, I remember to do it. So I'm coming to the camp. I am a student, please, okay? I'm going to be there. Yeah, on live. I mean, on audio, whatever video, I'm going to be there.
Okay.
100%. I can't wait. Hell yeah.
I'm hot off of doing a boot camp this past weekend.
Yeah.
So I have a lot on my mind to share with us.
I can't wait. Okay, great. So let me finish up the story if you'd like to stay or not. So when the first time I got to hang out with Mystery and his crew, the Venusian artists, you know, in the same streets that I've been in the same clubs that I've been in, saying everything is the same, but these men are walking as deities, as gods. And I'm having experiences. This is the part I called you on right here. I got to see legitly, like truly, what it's like to be like a rock star. I'm telling you firsthand, these guys live like rock stars, but they made it happen. They've had experiences that you can only read about, that they can never talk about or write about, because I've been in it now. You understand? And so I had to go from 2 days and 2 nights and 3 days of being with them in Matador and them just going out for going back to my hotel, like, what the fuck, though? And then going back and then like, what the fuck, though? Now I'm about to come back to San Jose and I'm a martial artist, I'm this, that, but I'm doing all of that because I want beautiful women also. I can't go back to my life. I gotta make a change right now. And the first thing I thought about was, the next time I get a chance to meet him or any of his crew, if they come to San Jose, I want them to leave not wanting to leave the way I didn't want to leave their life. And that's what you're here for. That's what he just said. One of my students, Mystery, that's Brett. Brett, Mystery? Yeah.
Brett. Mystery is an honor.
Brett is, he's made a company from zero, his own company, to 8 figures, over 30 million a year. And he does this. That's right. So we were talking about this right now. And he just said, he's never seen a more richer experience of life than when he's been around me. Even though the money, I mean, my money is nothing. It doesn't even count on the scale of his money, right? And so that's why, because I also got a chance to be around him and see that he didn't, like he said in the book, you could go and make or I don't know if it was the book, but maybe in conversation, you can go and try to make a #1 CD, and then you'll live like a rock star. You can make 8 figures. Or you can learn social dynamics like this man and go out and see the matrix, truly, and then be able to maneuver in it and do things that change the dynamics, social dynamics. And then you look like a wizard. As good as I am, you got to see this guy. You understand?
I had a fun weekend.
Would you like to say anything, sir, before I move on?
No, those are just very good thoughts.
Those are very good thoughts. That's right. Okay, but this Mystery, if anybody wants to attend your boot camp, how do they do it right now?
Head to askmystery.com and read everything on that website. That'll catch you up to speed with what I'm offering. I'm
going to be there without a doubt before I sleep tonight. I'll be on that website reading everything and signing up. Askmystery.com. I'll see you guys at boot camp if you're there. Okay, brother? Thank you. Salute. All right, everybody. Okay, there. That is the richness of my life, because there's going to be a lot of people who have a lot of money that are not going to be able to call Eric Van Markovic on the phone. There you go. They can eventually, they're going to have to get to him and say, I'm going to give you $50,000 to pick up the phone when I call. And I think he would probably do that. And I would take it too if someone said that. Be a little suspicious. Dear Stan kind of song, you know what I mean? Like $50,000 to get me on the phone? But people are not going to spend $50,000 to get somebody on the phone. You understand? Why? Because that's a priceless relationship that we have. And it's been built over time. I've known the guy. Listen, man, I read his book. You understand who that was on the phone? I picked up a book called The Game that someone told me about. Let's measure this. Then I watched an ending episode of this guy, the first contact I had with him ever was I'm stretching in the morning, doing the splits. I'm a total martial artist still. I'm just a mind warrior. My body gets older, but I will submit the world with my mind. Big difference. Martial arts is supposed to evolve in me. So during the time when I'm doing the physical part of martial arts so much, I'm in the front splits. I remember so clearly. My splits were so good that day that I remembered it. And then I'm flipping, and there's Mystery with a big old hat, with this scenario, and he's talking at the end of this TV show. It's called the VH1 Pickup Artist. Look it up on YouTube. So my first contact with the guy that was on the phone was I saw him on TV. Right? You know how some of you guys saw me on YouTube and now you're sitting here? All right, put me on VH1 now. Find me. It's going to be a little more difficult of a reach. Right? So I saw him on TV. It was so brilliant what he said that I immediately got up from the splits, show was over, and I walked to Barnes & Noble and I looked for this book called The Game that he was part of, that my friend told me. I pick up the book. It's in the relationship section. I go and sit down in the corner. I open it. I start reading. Within 4 or 5 pages, I'm hooked. I'm so hooked that I look at the time. I don't want to get up and leave because I don't want to miss a page. If I walk, I'll be missing pages. I want to read as much as I can, then walk as fast as I can to read as fast as I can everything in this book. That is all I know of that guy on the phone right now at that moment. We are so many universes apart at this moment. Isn't that crazy? Man, it started there. It's here now. It's going to keep going up because somehow God gifted me with the ability to do relationships. Right? So then I met him. Then I had a conversation with him. Through the conversation, he accepted me as a private student. There we go. Today, I tell you, I'm about to sign up for his camp again. We did a 180 on everything. Right? Now this is my show. Now I'm introducing him. You get it? But I'm going to go learn again. It's very different now. Okay? Whereas the first time he accepted me as a student, I now accepted him as a teacher again. Do you get that? To say that, I just 180'd the whole thing right in front of you. Now, it's not like I was thinking that, but my subconscious mind does this. And that's the value of knowing me while I'm still in this form, everybody. Somehow, it's a fact that my subconscious mind does things, because I'm not aware of it until it happens. But it does happen all the time. All the time. Okay, Brad, back to you. That was incredible.
Yeah, that was incredible. I mean, for anyone here that doesn't know, Mystery's really quite famous. With
put him on Conan. Put him on. Punch him YouTube. Conan O'Brien and what's the other one? Jimmy Kimmel and.
Yeah, he's been on all the major circuits, and he had, I think, 2 or 3 seasons of a show, which is
2 seasons.
Hard to go past 1 season on any show.
He was also
major network, which he's done.
The little things always refer to him, just so you know. Anytime you hear anybody talk about any kind of goofy pickup artist, put him in a costume or something, they're actually trying to talk about Mystery. He's the original, that one. Right? And there's a cartoon called Rick and Morty. Have you guys seen the episode Mystery's in? You have? No. Can you bring it up on your phone? Oh, you can't use it? Who can use their phone can you do it? Online? Watch this. Now, check this out. I didn't even know, and I was watching Rick and Morty, and then I saw this, and I was like, wait, what? I was with my girlfriends, I remember, at the time, and I was like, come here. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is crazy. I think I sent it to him at the time.
I never knew Rick and Morty made it to, or sorry, that Mystery made it all the way to Rick and Morty.
You sure did. You sure did. Was it on Rick and Morty? It was, right? They beam through time and they bring 3 characters, I remember. Why pickup artists are psychotic, says Jordan Peterson. I would love to debate him. I say it's psychotic, I really am. Why don't we try where he picks up the girl at the bar? Maybe, because I think he got coaching. 30. Huh? But is that the scene where Mystery comes in?
I don't know. I've watched it and I don't...
You remember? It was 3 characters that come out of a time zone or something that he creates, and one of them is Mystery. It's literally, I think he says it's Mystery, right? He says the word Mystery.
I don't remember saying the name.
No? Here, let me try to find it. Did you do it?
No, I'm streaming.
Okay.
Well, he's fun, that man. You know, what you've been able to do in Vegas is really outstanding and something I totally appreciate what's going on. I've been going to Vegas for, decades. And to see what's occurred with your lifestyle there and how naturally and righteously you've been able to integrate yourself.
Righteously, that's a big deal. I haven't had to lie. Dude. I haven't had to lie or cheat on anyone.
And that's what's so awesome, and that's enabled you to, really blow out all the preconceptions that people would have of what Las Vegas really is.
It's enabled an 8-figure income man to want to be my housemate without questioning my ethics in any way, shape, or form. It's allowed a superstar, a world superstar to come live with me. It's allowed Mystery to pick up the fucking phone right now. And it's allowed me to right now call South Central LA right now. And either the phone will get picked up by an OG of South Central LA, or I promise you within 10 minutes, I either get a text that says, Big Bro, I'll call you right back, or I'll get a call. And I can now keep extending. Would you like me to extend further and further and further and further? Right? Mystery is one of those characters. How about Hypnotica? Right? Go ahead and read that book. And everybody who came across Hypnotica, known as Rasputin in that book, thought, wow, that's a magical character. I wonder what it would be like to know that guy. How about not only know that guy, but have that guy and you in conversation, and that guy asking you questions about this stuff? How about just check your ideas with that man who's been doing that since I was a baby, right? Whoa, dude, whoa, how is this happening to me? Well, when this happens to you, something else simultaneously happens to you. It goes through you like the Aquarius. It has to go out. You can't contain all that. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think anybody's been able to contain it, right? Philosophers philosophize. They say crazy shit. Nietzsche says all the crazy shit. They go against him, right? Whatever. Bobby Fischer, the fucking chess player, he goes nuts in quotes. He's not nuts. Bobby Fischer, to be that good at chess, that brilliant, let's go back and find out what Bobby Fischer thought was happening at the time. If you never watched it, watch the documentary on Bobby Fischer. He's one of my heroes, actually. Okay, go ahead. Anything else? We'll find the mystery thing at some point.
I got a cool question for you, man, because this is one of the things that struck me a lot when I'm there staying with yourself and the whole IMC Nation crew that's out there. It's, Las Vegas is this city of extremes.
Yeah.
People it has a
so tame from
the whole world knows Las Vegas. It's definitely stands alone.
Yeah, in the desert by itself, like a fucking it's an oasis in the desert. And everywhere else you go in the desert, there's Dubai, right? There's places in the...
Las Vegas is internationally known, and it keeps growing. It doesn't stop. Like, there's more awesome
It's building. Hollywood is coming here, yeah.
Yep, and so...
Jesus.
And I've witnessed this firsthand, but I'd love to ask this for anyone that hasn't. It's how do you maintain that balance and discipline while living in that environment that's built around indulgence and temptation? Because there's a polar opposite that you've tapped into, and I'd love to hear how you do that, how you came across being even able to do that.
I'm going to give credit to my parents. You, whoever didn't have that in your parents, are going to have to find it in your own way somehow. For me, it reminds me of the Bane scene with Batman. He says, you adopted the darkness. I was born in it, raised in it, right? You merely adopted discipline. I was disciplined since birth, right? My dad tells a story that he was gone for a long time, and then he comes back, and I'm in diapers kind of a shit, right? And he says the story. He says that he wanted to see his son so bad, because I'd just given birth and had to take off and come back for something. My dad says he walks in. He also hasn't seen his wife. And as bad as he wants to go greet his son, his baby, he knows that the wife might get jealous or upset. So he tells the story of how he goes over there, kisses her, hugs her, whatever, makes sure she's okay. He has to have the patience for a bit. And then when he gets up and he comes and sees his son, man, that's discipline, right? Even at that age, in a diaper, the guy who raised me was using discipline in the moment. It's like, what the fuck, right? And he never, ever, ever let that slip. Like that, if you live with my dad, right, growing up, It's really simple, right? If he says move this from here to here, right, and it's agreed upon, then that is going to move from there to there. Like, it really doesn't matter anything else at this point. I could have a breakup. I could have cut my fingers off, right? It would always come down to that is not a concern. Do what you're supposed to do. So I was born and raised in it, and thank God for that, right? I have everything I have because I was raised properly, and I know that, okay? I know that. So then that kind of like cuts out 99% of the population who wasn't raised properly. No, not true. Not true. Because I was not taught by those people social dynamics or jiu-jitsu or hypnosis and all that. I learned that from other people, right? Good. You come learn that from me, right? We don't know how Mystery was able to hack into the social matrix the way Newton did. Newton saw an apple fall, and then he kept doing experiments with it, and we got all these Newtonian laws. Now, how many years later? Mystery saw how beautiful women and guys were acting, and he kept going out and experimenting, and he created an algorithm that anybody can use. If you know the Mystery method from beginning to the end, you know it perfectly, you're going to be able to go meet beautiful women, make them attracted to you, and have sex with them. That. I don't know if you're going to have a relationship with them like that. He can, right? He can. But you could definitely get there. And that's a huge thing. I remember when I can you cut out this part from Mystery? This is a good little testimonial. I remember when I cut out, I forgot. Okay. Oh, I remember when I cut out, I'm just showing you what's in my mind when I cut out. I remember when I realized, that was me cutting out A2. When I realized that I had the ability at any moment to make a woman attracted to me. It was an ability I gained, right? I'm like in the world of anime always in my head. So when you learn the Mystery method, you go through these phases. The second phase of it, the first phase is you start a conversation with a stranger in a way that doesn't trigger anything negative. And you get them to want to talk to you a little bit. First phase. Second phase, when that happens, it ends when the girl is showing you interest of attraction, indicators of attraction, right? And I can do that. I can do that over and over and over and over and over. Why? Because there's a programming in the system of the woman that if she sees this, and this consistently, she will begin to feel attraction. If you don't believe that, then let's try it for the men. If you see a woman with beautiful breasts, ding, there's one. Beautiful hips, waist, butt, ding, two. Beautiful hair, ding. Beautiful skin, bam. Beautiful lips, beautiful eyes. It's all physical, right? But as we add it, we light up. If a woman has all of that, we're all attracted to her. You could be married, you could be gay, it don't matter. There is an attractive woman we want. Got it? Good. Now, let's go to women. Women also have certain switches that if you flip it, she will begin to feel a sense of attraction towards you. She doesn't want to have sex with you, that's later. She wants to get to know you. She wants you around. She wants you to like her because she's starting to like you, right? So that is the second step, you could say, almost in the Mystery method. And I mastered it. Like, that's how I always done things. I mastered it. Boom, then to the third one. If you master the third one, that phase right after, when it's done, when that's done, you have the ability, no matter what, to make the person who was in there with you feel like you have a lot of value and they want to be around you. They will see you as somebody worthy of having around a lot when you finish that. So not only can I start talking to anybody, I can make them feel certain things by turning on switches, and I'm just a woman, right? And a man, I can do that, do different things. Not sexually, but I can do it, right? Then after that, not only that, I can make it where the interaction ends. No matter what, she walks away and she goes, man, that guy is somebody. Like, that's A3. That's a third phase. That's so much superpower. Because if you get here, you can get phone numbers. If you can get, girls will make out with you. It's like they treat you so much better than you've ever been treated, because you can and you can keep doing it. So you fuck up here, someone doesn't like you, just go somewhere else. You start the sequence again with them. and you get them there. So I found a sequence that actually turns into relationships. Literally. You're going to take the most beautiful woman here's my formula. Ready? The AZD method. You're going to take the woman that you want the most. The one that makes your stomach and heart go, that one. That's what's so dope about this. You can't do it unless you feel it. Now, you're playing with feelings. Be careful when you play with fire. But it's going to require fire. That fire you feel will be enough heat to burn down the demons that are about to come at you from her. You need to have enough fuel to keep going because it's not going to be easy. Right? If she's there, we're getting excited here. This is our lane. That's why they're here, because that's why they chose the AZD method. Because it makes you alive. And you bleed just to know you're alive. Right? That part of the song. The whole song is this. It's the obsession of a relationship the way I would feel it. The song's called Iris. Okay? And I don't want the world to see me because I don't think they understand. When everything's over, I just want you to know who I am, right? When a guy falls in love with a girl, that's all he cares about. I know that. It's like, I don't care what anybody thinks. I want her to think of me this way. And if she thinks of me as Superman, then I'm going to fly around the world and there ain't nothing you can do about it. But she's your kryptonite too. That's what's scary. And as you fly around, she starts looking at you. She goes, wait, did I just make him Superman? She didn't realize you're weak. So then she tests the kryptonite, you crash. She goes, oh, I can turn him into Superman. She starts using you. She has a 10-year, 5-year, 15-year relationship that just keeps you around, listens to you, is your woman, but just sucks you dry. Right? Yeah, we've all been there.
That's amazing. Dude, I just want to throw in there that just in this 40 minutes, we've had like massive celebrity guests coming in
right?
and out.
Yeah.
Straight on the phone, there's people who've been inside and outside the chat. This is a den of superheroes.
It is. Den of superheroes. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That's what we should be called. We are the true League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. LEO. What is that?
LOEG.
It's got to be cool.
LEG.
Right? We'll make a cool one out of it. Log. We're logs.
Log.
Okay. We got 20 minutes. I want to end it at 6 today. Anything else going on? What else is happening? Star-studded event.
It really is. And, you know, it's not the easiest to get here. This is a private Zoom call.
Yeah.
You can be kicked out. So there's a level of exclusivity.
Absolutely.
And these are showing up, which is super cool.
And you said something really important in my game that you're trying to learn, everybody. You have to have in everything you do exclusivity. And I do if you're around me. That's called prestige. If everybody could always access everything, blah, 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 there's no value in it. The reason why his value as a person went up to us when he found out he could do an 8-figure income, not only because he has money, what you think he's going to buy you a car or something? That's not what you care about. You don't want his money. He's not going to give you his money. Why do you care? Why do you care? Well, because he seems to know something that you don't know. God, he must, right? Like how? How many people tried to do it and they couldn't do it? So now this value comes up. So now when he talks, people will listen. That's why it's important to know how to introduce oneself. Look at Yogi Chris on camera right now. There you go. Okay, go ahead. Picking his fucking tooth. Yeah, go ahead. What else you got?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's cool, what I really like AZD about, you know, everything that goes on here, there's a lot of deep understandings of ancient civilizations, which is always a fun topic amongst the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, because there has to be some serious lore behind the extraordinary. Like extraordinary didn't just randomly happen. There's some deep lore and indeed, a lot of mystery behind becoming extraordinary, and we can tie that back quite often to our glorious past.
Yeah.
A past that's filled with the victories of our fathers and our mothers that went before us, and allowed this evolution to continue. Like me getting here, you getting here, like the sacrifices that occurred over millennia, that now we're literally sitting here streaming through. Earlier in one of your sessions, you mentioned, we're like right now I'm seeing you, and you're basically a translation of zeros and ones, and I'm the same to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yogi Chris was saying that, yeah.
How many of our forefathers and mothers had to go through that so that we could get here and communicate like this? And I've heard you mention some really cool stuff about ancient civilizations, and I mean, there's so much there, it's hard to pinpoint into like where to even ask you to go, but maybe the first thing that comes into your head regarding our ancient past and whatever wisdom that's coming to you right now, I'd love to hear that.
Oh man, we could go on forever. When he said that, I laughed because when he said, I'll tell you, when he said the first thing that comes up, a wave went out of me, and suddenly this whole room shifted, and it was like this, like slices of pie in my head, like this. Just like this, look. I'm just showing you what I saw. It went a wave like this, and it was sliced up. Now, if I look through it, I'll start seeing in all these slices, different lineages, or I just got to go in. You know what I mean? So it's all fun. About our history. So the first thing I can tell you is right away that there's been a tradition of men, two traditions you should know about. One, men of knowledge, getting together daily, right, in one spot and talking wisdom.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds like Stoicism, sounds like wisdom, sounds like what they did in Greece, sounds like what we've been doing year after year. So you are in a world where the pressures of society are just as much as everybody else, and you're able to do everything that you need to do, but arrive daily to speak wisdom. You are men of wisdom. You are a true philosopher, a lover of wisdom. That connects you to Solomon. Immediately, Solomon is your ancestor. From the biblical term, Solomon sits right here. And you would know that's true if you've been around me, because I seem to have Solomonian powers, sun and moon powers. Well, because I have been doing the tradition, walking the path he's walked. He had 300 women, I have 10. Great. But 10 in today's world may be comparable to 300 of him being a king and me being a commoner. In fact, the ratio might be exact. Maybe. Or maybe this is an evolution of that. But I'm not going to be less than Solomon. So when people say, King Solomon had 300. King Solomon was a King Solomon. I'm Arash Dibazar. My dad is an accountant. My mom is that. And I don't have anything besides martial arts going for me. And pick up and all that. You get it? Mm-hmm. And I've been up to 17, but I have had, let's say, 10 righteous, full-on relationships simultaneously. Okay? So, but that's nothing special, because King Solomon also, when he had everything, he said all is vanity, and he sought wisdom. So if you're here, Solomon is here. If you're here, the Stoics are here, and so are all the philosophers that ever sat down and thought about it. We are philosophers, we are Solomons. Solomon is also known for having 300 women. So if you're here seeking your women like he did, he had to say, you are mine. So we could say Solomon had 300 wives. Right? There had to be some kind of that's mine, I'm his one. He would have to go and say that. It wasn't like suddenly he woke up, 300 women arrived on his doorstep, and he was like, I guess they're mine. He would have had to have had some communication with the woman and have desired her. 1 second. Another celebrity. Hi, I'm on podcast, but I'm answering. We have a very famous, beautiful person online. Okay? She's so fine. Can I turn you around or no? Can I turn you around so they see you? I'm on a show.
Oh, you're on your show. No, call me back.
Why are you calling me? Just say hi or just show how good you look?
Because I'm lost.
Okay, well, then don't be lost. Can you call Jose? Well, are you in this? Are you over there?
Yeah, I'm inside of the building, but I don't.
He's asking where she is. She's asking where he is. You know why? Because you're my woman. He ain't finding you until I say it. Okay, now he can find you. Now he can find you. He better, yeah, yeah.
It's fine.
He's calling, hold on. He's calling you or me? Okay.
No.
All right, Callie, where are you exactly? Look around you, where are you? He's going to tell him where you are.
I'm upstairs by the church.
Upstairs by the church. Hold on, don't move. You're still walking. His name is Phil, he's coming. Upstairs by the church. Just look for the finest thing you ever seen. If you had a fine radar smell like I do, I would just hunt you down with pheromones right now. I would say stay where you are. Be like, left.
You said it was sweet. 219, right?
Yeah, hold on. He's figuring it out. 219.
I just walked past this.
What is it? What did you say? Upstairs. Second floor. 219B. Is that where you are?
I don't see a 219 at all.
What do you see?
I see a 213A.
213A is what she's seeing. B is another building? Is a building next to you that you walked in?
Building A.
Okay, so he's in building B.
Okay.
He's in building B. He's a BBL.
Okay, I have to find building B.
Hey, every angle looks good. Go every angle with this camera. It don't matter. There you go. Every angle looks good. From the bottom, from the top, from the left. You know how you're moving your hand around? Yeah, that's a good one too.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
So which way is building B?
Listen to the heels. Building B. She's walking out.
I don't know where to go though.
You have to walk out of the building.
Out of building A and then go this way.
Okay, she's gonna walk out of building A. Where's building B? What if she stands outside of building A? Can you go find her? Keep him on the phone. Keep him on the phone so we can GPS it. I'm talking to him and I'm telling him to get the other guy on the phone and the guy could come downstairs and you could find each other. Just walk out the building right now. Damn, you look like a scary movie Lost in a Building right now. Like my angle.
I'm walking and ain't nobody here.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it looks like.
I don't even know where I came. Oh, here it is. So is building B across the street?
No, don't go across the street. Wait.
No, I mean like directly.
You see it?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we're good? Okay, well, I'll stay on the phone until you go in there. Watch out for that bird going above you right now. It was pooping. It was pooping.
You want me to stay on the phone?
No, I don't care. You want to stay on the phone?
Oh, okay.
Okay, bye. Nice. Okay. All right, where are we at, Brett? Sorry about that. Oh, we were doing history.
No, all good, man. You were saying some pretty powerful stuff about the lifestyle of King Solomon, translating it all the way into today.
Yes.
And
so
very particularly commending, how he was to his 300 wives.
Yeah, let me talk to the men. Let me talk to the men real quick because there's a lot of men, one or two women. Look, first of all, you can't be sorry for what you want if what you want is not hurting anybody, right? And it's not going to hurt another woman if you're honest. Why would it hurt? Right? Some point when you're with a woman, this is going to come up. Are you dating anybody else? Right? The answer is yes, I am. Oh, wow, you didn't tell me. Oh, okay. Well, it's coming up now, right? Oh, well, I mean, what's she going to say here? I mean, is it serious? Yeah. She also knows about you. She knows because I date women, right? I'm not a liar. Right? Have I lied to you? No, I haven't lied to you. It's easy, right? It's actually not difficult. You think you're wrong. I know I'm right. Big difference. You think you're wrong. I know I'm right. They're not even in the same fucking place, right? thinking I'm right is not even knowing I'm right. I know I'm right. I can take it from biblical terms to scientific terms. I could take the Bible and throw it in the garbage, and take science and throw it in the garbage, and I can look at my own life, at everything I've ever witnessed and seen at 47 years old. It tells me that men would like to be with multiple women to feel satisfied. If any man disagrees with me, you're a liar. Okay? So you could just knock it the fuck off. Right? Now, why you can't actually say that is a testament of how degraded you've become. Jesse Lee Peterson, shout out to Jesse Lee Peterson, highly recommend everything he has, right? That's it. Like, but why did I bring him up? Because he has a show called The Fallen State, right? Mm-hmm. You are in a fallen state when you can't just say the truth that is observed by every human being, that men would like to be with multiple women. That's the first step. We're just going to start there, right? We're just going to start there. Now, if you can't own that, you can't step up to the line yet for me to walk you to the next step. You have to work your life inside and out until you could just, I like to be with multiple women, and sit there. Now, if you're alone for the rest of your life after you say that, that could happen. But if you study this stuff, you won't be. Without a doubt. That's like saying something like this: I'm going to pursue my passion in life and make money. You might be broke for the rest of your life, but not if you get the proper coaching and if you keep going. You will make money. Now, how much? Grab the guy who knows how to make 8 figures with it then, at some point. He's probably not going to talk to you in the very beginning, though. Right? If he's doing that, and you're like, well, I've been thinking about starting a business. Will you help me? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Who are you? That's where relationships come in. Right? So when I met Mystery, I'd borrowed money to have coffee with him. The same guy that you just saw. Right? And in coffee, I told him, you are a star. Him and I walked to the coffee shop in San Francisco, right? And cars were honking, Mystery. He goes, he goes, that never gets old. Right? So I tell him, I'm like, you are a celebrity, you are this. And I tell him, I am a nobody right now. And I borrowed money to be here. But I have one gift that I've used prior to meeting you. I've had teachers named Ernie Reyes, named Manu Tupo, and named Sandra Batata, right? And these people will tell you one thing about me: I'm the best student they've ever had. That's number one. So I'm going to be your best student. Who's your best student right now? Style. Neil Strauss, the one who wrote the book, right? I tell him I'll surpass him because I've surpassed all of their students. 1, 2. All of them, I just brought up their name to you. I will keep their name forever. And ready? Final piece. One day, the whole world will be listening to me. I promise you this. This is my destiny. So I would like to learn from you. And I would like to be your number one student. These were my words. I want to surpass Style. And one day, it's going to matter when I say that you're my teacher. And that's all I can tell you right now. That was my offer. Right? And I had paid $500 to go so he can get a Starbucks coffee that I paid for outside the $500. That was the last cash in my own pocket, right? It just felt right. So I paid $500 for him to walk from the hotel to get the coffee, sit down, drink the coffee, not even all of it, and walk back to the hotel. That $500 has made me over $1 million now. Isn't that crazy? Because I knew what my value was. And it remains my value, right? And so you, whoever you are, right, first have to start with the truth. Yes, you can pursue your passion and make money from it. It's not going to be easy. Everybody wants to do it, right? But it's possible. You may not be able to be a professional football player now at the age you are. That's very far off. But you could start a business or something. You could make money. You can do whatever you want. And when it comes to relationships, you can be 75 years old and start over because there's other 74, 75-year-old ladies who need it. Right? I want to see that happen. If we get that old, right? Yeah, Hugh Hefner was 90s dating 30s, 20s. right? There's no age limit once you have the value. Women were designed by God, just like you want multiple women and you're not sorry about it. If I was a woman, I would say, I seek a man of power and value, and I am not sorry about it. I don't care what you say. If he's 80 and he's a billionaire, and I'm 25, I'm going for that man. Why? First of all, I'll bet you he'll love me right. Right? I'll bet you he'll love me right. Second, if I felt sex was an issue, I would tell him as a woman. I would say, you're 80, I'm 25. Okay? There's going to be a time as a 25-year-old where I'm going to want to have sex, not with an 80-year-old man. I respect you, I this and that. How would you suggest I do this if I was going to be with you? Maybe they do, well, do you have a fucking friend or something? You know what I mean? If I'm 80 and I'm dying, and I have all this money, I'm alone, bring me Pamela Anderson, I'll make her a deal. Right? As a billionaire. And if she's smart, when she gets with me, she will be okay after that. You see that? And if I'm a woman, I would own that as much as a man, I would own multiple women. And I would say, fuck you to society. I make a video and I would say, all the ladies that are on, I would say to them, listen to me carefully, ladies. I am AZD. I'm a woman now. I'm Anita Dick. I'm Anita. Anita D. Bizarre, right? I as a woman have made a decision that I'm going to meet billionaires. Ready? And I'm going to fall in love with them and they're going to fall in love with me. And I'm going to be safe and secure for the rest of my life. And I'm going to be honest with them. Ready? And I would do my video blog. And people would come crazy, but a lot of women would be like, you know what? You're right, sister. I've been doing this for fucking 30 years. I've been married to this fucking guy that I married for his body, for his looks. I fucked up. I'd be like, yeah, that's right. And I started a fucking movement of girls dating billionaire old guys. Old guys. That's the strategy I would do if I was a young, beautiful woman. Right? Who's the guy who's done everything? I want to be the prize. Right? And I don't care what my friends say, because I know as a woman what my friends say. They say, what kind of shoes does she wear? What kind of purse does she have? What kind of house? They don't care what kind of dick is she getting. We're in 2024, things are different, right? So all I'm saying is, men and women, you start at the basic motivation of life that God gave. Men of power want multiple beautiful women that are younger than them. Women of beauty want men of power that are older than them. And let's start. And everybody else is an idiot to me. I'm 25 dating a 23-year-old. Stupid. Okay? Why? Because I love him. Why? Because he treats you good? I'll talk to you in 3 years. Okay? Why do you love her? Because she gets you? I'll talk to you in 3 years. You stupid motherfucker. You have no leverage right now. Right? If you're 26, she better be 18. 18. Don't even go for 21. Why? 18, bro. Trust me. Okay? You need as much range as you can with experience, resources, and understanding. Because you're supposed to guide her. Right? She's not supposed to be a rattle your cage with some problem she has in life. It's got to be like, whatever. Okay? Whatever. But if you're sharing problems with her, what a shitty, two girls talking, right? And that's why you never have the problem your girl has, just so you know. Any woman listening to me would know how right I am right now, okay? She's got to feel her man. This is why I know KP's game is going to be one of the best games on the planet one day. I'm looking for the guys to be the mystery, matador, all that. Did you see how cool it was? That's another tradition you're in, by the way. I said, in front of the man, I was out with his team, the Medusan Arts. You guys go out with IMC Nation. You see that? I said in front of him what his life was like. I was tempted to share some experiences, but I thought better. I want you to know, think about Tommy Lee and Kiss, the fucking rock stars. This guy I just talked to, and the other guy, Matador, that was my mentor, that was his student, right? That would be like me, the mentor, and then Sultan Matador. right? And you get trained under both of us. And at some point I go, you need to go with Sultan because he has a particular game. Your style fits his. That was my life, right? I learned from the main guy, and the main guy says to me, you got this, go over there. Why? Because the way you move, that guy moves. Then I go over there and my game monsters. Matador was a monster. He was literally a monster in the pickup arts, right? Like in the pickup arts, the most alpha guy next to who? Hypnotica. Hypnotica is probably one of the most alpha beings I've ever met in my life, just so you guys know. And one of the most righteous and one of the best friends you could ever have. Probably in my category of the greatest humans I've ever met is Hypnotica. We should call him. 6 o'clock we normally end, but let's call him real fast. I mean, you can't say something that good behind someone's back. And let's see if he picks up. We're going to try to FaceTime him, though. Oh, that's dangerous with that guy. Suddenly there'll be a dick in his hand. Or you have a gas mask on, and there'll be a girl in the background having an orgasm, right? And he'll be like doing some experiment on bees. I'm not kidding. He's like that. He's like a mad genius when it comes to shit. He'll be in his lair. The lights will be off, right? He'll be naked. On the right will be some binaural beats or some shit. On the left will be like a horror movie, and there'll be like 8 girls having an orgy in front of him and one sucking his dick. While he's FaceTiming me like, hey, how's it going? Hold on. Hey, you think I'm kidding. That's the level of some human beings that you don't even know, right? These guys are gods, right? You just spoke to the guy who taught me. No matter how good I am, I can't be him, just so you understand. So if I'm an eagle, he's a shark, right? But in what he does, you can't touch him. I'm incredible at what I do. He can't touch me in what I do. But if you watch him do pickup, man, the only way I can describe it is the perfect temperature water is always around you when he's around. And it's the perfect fucking ride in the park. And the water is always the perfect temperature. If you're going to go in the pool, Mr. is that pool water that's perfect at that moment, right? If you're going to take a drink, he's that fucking, that Coke is so, he has a way of communicating. He even does it right there, where you feel good when he talks. Crazy. I'm the opposite. Feel bad when I talk. Okay. He didn't call back or anything. We should be wrapping it up. Anything else? So there's the lineage. Philosophers, Stoics, Solomon, the mystery, the original founder of this stuff. Warriors. You're in the lineage of warriors, right? The current world champion of Jiu-Jitsu Masters is Batata. Ranked #1 in the world right now, right? You're connected to that. I'm his first black belt. It's real, right? Whoa. I would like to be taught by a teacher like me. That guy is sick. There's going to be certain ways I respond to life that are so particular to being a Gracie black belt under Batata. And it's extremely unique. It's what it would take for him to be a world champion again right now, and his son to start becoming a champion. Like, who is that guy? Who is that guy that was possessed by the spirit of jiu-jitsu? Isn't that crazy? Who's one phone call away, one of my best friends and one of my teachers. There is $1 trillion relationship. You and I right now can get advice from the world's greatest hypnotist, pickup artist, and fighter. Right now, one phone call away. We can also get advice from what will be the definition of a gangster. Per everything. Per having done time, per being shot, per being tatted like one, per being known for one, for having an Instagram known as the face of that town. Right? We can get right now a phone call answer about that subject. You and I right now can get a phone call, a FaceTime from one of the greatest fighters in MMA that has ever lived. Right now, I could ask him some advice about your punch or kick, and we can get an answer right now, live. That's what I'm giving. That's why I go crazy when people don't get it. But better than all of that for you. I can right now call 10 girls, not counting the one that called. That's a fake. Who called me is the person who just won the porn awards. That was the person on the phone. You understand? We're about to cut this show, but IMC Nation is going to stay. Brett, stay. Anybody who's IMC Nation, who's a student of mine, stay. Everybody else who's not a student, we're going to have to cut it off because I'm going to give you a personal experience, okay? Anything else, Brett? We're now going to, let's really talk about it after this. It's your job, if I'm brand new to you, to get to the next class, which is me just talking to my students about something that's going to blow their mind. I had a realization about what I said. That's why I'm so clear. Everybody knows everything I've said before, but as I'm saying it, they're getting it. Whoa, that's true. It's making them stronger. Would you like some advice on what? On those subjects? How about I go to the source? That's crazy, guys. Should we want it? I can give you advice on Taekwondo right now from Hall of Fame member. If I call Ernie Rey's wife, I would never call him. I have never called him in my entire life. That's how much respect I have for that man. Ernie Reyes sits in his... Master Ernie Reyes. Please cut this out so I can send it to him. Out of all the men I've ever met, Master Ernie Reyes stands on his own mountain, and no master can get near him, just so you know. No matter how great any of them have ever been, when they face Master Ernie Reyes, they will bow, as I bow when I see him. If you ever see Master Reyes, I'm telling you right now, you will feel his spiritual power to drop your head. But I guarantee you something about that beautiful man. What a treasure he is. Let me tell you that as much pressure as you'll feel to drop your head when you see him, to just bow to him, he will bow first to you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. When I had left on bad terms because I fucked up as a student, right? And I spoke bad about them. And I went to challenge them. I did that. When I had not seen him for years and I had acted so wrong, thinking I was right. Okay, that's what's scary about acting wrong. You think you're right. I'm going full speed thinking I'm right. Okay, and then I realize I'm wrong. But while at the time that I'm going wrong, I ran into him in a Kung Thai. Okay, Thai food we used to go. And he was there with his crew. I haven't seen them in years, right? It's like a gravity. I have to go and say hi. And I'm about to walk into people who don't like me anymore. As I walk up and he sees me, listen, the last time he saw me was not good, and I left and I did bad. The next time he sees me, years later, I've established IMC Academy, I've become somebody, whatever. As I walk up, he goes, hey, he stands up. And as I'm about to bow, he bows first. And I want to pick him up. What? So he stands on his own, right? And should I need it? Then he's one phone call away. And I would like this sent to him. Okay? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
what a man, huh?
Him and Mr. are the only two of your teachers that I had heard of before I met you.
Yeah.
And I remember when I found out you were connected with Ernie Reyes, and I was like, it just stood out to me because I was not from that world at all and from the other side of the country.
We, as a class, are going to study him tomorrow, tonight. Because I just saw, right now I saw, when I was categorizing, he stands on a mountain, like in Naruto, he's one of those Kages that goes into the stone wall, a mountain. Nobody could ever touch that man in my life. What he taught me, how he still carries himself, right? There's a true master if you've ever seen one, right? I never saw him lose his temper outside. No matter what was going on. There were times where he was betrayed wrong and I was there and he just kept his cool, right? I'll share this. Please keep this in there for him, like maybe chop it up twice. We went to and we'll end. I want to end with this. Is that okay? Because I don't want to talk after about anything when I say this. All right. So it's about Master Reyes, person who raised me. One of the people that raised me. I had my dad and I had him during the same time. My dad was at home and I was in martial arts school. So all day here, all night there, or whenever. Whenever one wasn't there, the other one was there. Right? There was always a father figure around for sure. And when my mother wasn't there, Margie was there, his wife. I had a mother and father everywhere I went, always. Okay. And I thank God for that. Because a child is nothing without mother and father. You understand that? One of my girlfriends is next to my own mother, the best mother I've ever seen. And that makes me so attracted to her. You have no idea, right? We were talking about it yesterday. And in front of the others, I said, as perfect as she is a mother, those children are going to suffer because they need a mother and a father. And that's a fact. And she can't argue and I can't argue about it, right? Because you need a father, all right, to get it right. So if you didn't have one, you got to be it, right? You got to be it. I became everything I didn't have, right? So Master Reyes, what happens is we're at an event, a martial arts event, right? And these martial arts events were different than MMA events. These were old school, like Mr. Miyagi shit. Martial arts was so cool at the time. You show up and teams had their jackets. You wouldn't talk to each other. You had rivalry. You didn't want to be in the bathroom with the other team. Like, it was cool, man. It was like just like Karate Kid, right? And so Bruce Lee movies, Karate Kid movies, best of that time era. That's how martial arts was. Now it's like MMA style martial arts, right? So I go to, it's a buffet. And we did a show and we're all in suits and like tuxedo kind of thing, right? We're going to be in this with these masters. So I grab the food and I go and I sit down. It's a table, I think it's for us. This Kempo master comes up. The big guy, he had a mullet. And I knew he was a dickhead when he walked up. He was a master, but I knew he was a dick. He walks up with a big old belly. White guy, he looks at me. He goes, get up. Hey, I've always had a problem, even if I'm 2 years old, with people disrespecting me, just so you know. That is when I can't keep my mouth shut. Or now I can, I couldn't. Yes, sir. Sir, do you know? Get up. Yes, sir. Master Reyes goes in my mind. Don't disrespect anybody here right now, right? I'm a little scared too. He's looking at me. He says, get out of here. Yes, sir. Oh, I'm burning. I grab my plate. I go to my friend Stephen Wong. I go, bro, fuck that. Who is that fucking guy? Oh, that's some fucking master. Dude, what the fuck, bro? Like, I feel belittled, right? He just spoke to me like that. Get up. Get up. Get out of here. That's it. And I just done a show feeling like I'm somebody, right? So I go, and I can't hold it. Master Reyes is eating. He looks so cool. He had like a samurai bun. He had like a old school, not like royalty Chinese. It was like dragons like this. Like, imagine a martial arts master. He was dressed like that, but elegant, clean, sharp, right? Ripped. He was at, I think, 7% body fat at 60 years old at the time. Or 52, I think. And I remember he was eating, and I was like, do I tell him? Do I not? I'm like, I should tell him in case some bullshit happens later, right? I go, sir, I was sitting down, and he looks at me, he goes, what's the matter? And I remember his concern was different for me. He goes, what's the matter? I said, I was sitting down, and this guy, I've never seen him like that. He goes, who? He goes, come with me. I'm like, whoa, I've never seen him confront someone like this, right? He walks up, but art of fighting without fighting. He walks up and goes, hey, how you doing, sir? The guy gets up, right? It's Master Reyes. No matter who he is, this guy's way up. And then the guy looks at me, and his vibe changes. It looks like I told, right? And he goes, did something happen with my student here? And he's like, he was sitting in my seat. I told him to get up and leave. He should have respect. And he's like, yeah, he should have respect. And he looked at me. I said, yes, sir. And he's okay. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. I goes, yes, sir, everything's okay. You know, they're young. They don't know. They have to learn. He didn't give him a yes. He just looked at him straight stoically. He let the guy, you know, we got to teach them. They're young. They gotta learn respect. Keep the tradition. He just kept looking at him. And I said, okay, so everything's okay then, right? Okay. And he put his hand on my shoulder. He said, let's go. I don't know why that was so big. It's like a dragon just came up, went. If you'd seen it, it would have looked like this. Stand up. Hand on the shoulder, walk away. And then he says to me, don't worry about that guy. Thank you, Master Reyes. Okay? That's it for me. You want to end it? And maybe an offer? Is there an offer?
My show, I mean.
Huh? Do you want to give an offer? We have Captain here. He makes offers for people.
You know,
Hey, you can make a deal with the devil, or you can make a deal with Michael. Take Michael, the archangel. Go ahead.
yes, sir. So, you know, there's a wide spectrum of audience on, and everybody's, you know, at different places. There are some OGs of IMC Nation that have been here for a long while and even moved to Vegas. And then there's, you know, guys that have been on before, guys that this is your first stream. And, you know, what was talked about today on this podcast in the history of IMC is, you know, fills in a lot of gaps for anybody that's been around and heard a lot of teachings. You know, something so unique about AZD as a teacher is it's so innovative, continually innovating, that it's not a repeat of an old system. It's not just an innovation on something, it's an evolution. And so once it's done, it's likely to never be done again. And if it is, it's completely different. It's so different.
269, yeah.
So, you know, to get intro to the reality of what we're experiencing here today, I would say,
come live with me. What teacher offers that shit that he doesn't know you? Why don't you come live with me for 2 days? Have you ever seen anybody do business like that? For dirt cheap, why don't you come stay with us for 2 days? How's that? Huh? Just see for yourself. Money back guarantee. How's that? We should hold the money until at the end. But if it's more than you thought, then double your money when you're here. Because within 2 days, he's already been paid off. There's no way he could have gotten what he gotten for 20, 30, 50, 70, $100,000. No one could do that. Right? So if you wanted a money back guarantee, then you also got to have the other side of the money back guarantee. If it's better than what you thought, I got to take more from you now. Okay? All right. We can measure that. You can't lie. Because we're all doing the same thing. Right? Otherwise, violence. Sad violence. So. Don't do it because it stops.
all right. So, I mean, dirt cheap for coming in person for 2 days. I would say 700.
Yeah. That's a bottle.
Bro.
That's a bottle of Hippo.
$700, come live at Pegasus, home base, IMC Nation, participate in all lectures, go out with us while you're here. And
we'll even go get a bottle, so your money went into the bottle. Man. Don't worry about it. You don't have to pay for the bottle. Come with us. We'll have a bottle that night, okay? You pay $700, you come party with us.
But you got to arrive before Halloween.
Oh.
Otherwise, it's void.
That's right. Halloween, we have a party, though.
You do.
What if you want to come party with us?
I don't have that as an offer to, you know.
Why don't you come party? Why don't you come party with the guy who can get the guy on the phone and say I created a life so that they can come back to it, right? That I could match them, and he can't say no. You understand? He can't say no. He would like to be around me and my 4 girlfriends right after this. Which man wouldn't want to be right now around me and my 4 girlfriends for the next 2 hours, right? And then they're gonna go, and my new girlfriend, my little Cuban, is gonna come over. And then when she's done, my other little Cuban is waiting for me to call her so she could spend the night. Would you like to be me? Me too. Okay? Me too.
That's the really value of residency is you tap into the frequency and the rhythm of the lifestyle, the actual real lifestyle that's actually really working. It's not what you think. It is what you think. It's not what you think. It's beyond what you think. It's just unimaginable. Otherwise, you'd be living it. So you come and you immerse yourself in it and you feel what it's like, and that's the transformation.
Has anybody here been to a celebrity? Right. Not me, outside of me, or people you've met through me, outside of me. If you've met them through me, it doesn't count. Have you ever been around a celebrity and then you had the chance to go into a room and have a woman laid down bare and have cocaine on her asshole area and another one on her titties, and someone you know is doing cocaine off her titties? I have. I didn't do the cocaine. But I remember when I saw that and the door opened, I was like, wait, what? These motherfuckers are pulling this shit off? With these same girls that were in that same club? Does anybody know those girls have their fucking clothes off with cocaine on their assholes? And I'm being told, it's okay, come on in here. I'm like, I don't do coke, but I'm definitely gonna have to peek. Son of a bitch. I'm uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable having experiences these people had. You understand? If you got a video of your own book, right? You write a book and you send a video, and you're holding your book like this, so like this, right? And on the other side is a beautiful woman sucking your dick, but you can't see the dick. But she's sucking your dick, and you're reading your book, right? And she's going crazy over there. And your book that you're reading is How to Get Women, right? And that's a woman you picked up. One of those guys sent me a video like that. I have it. I think you saw it, right? Did you see it? I'm like, boy, you got to check out these videos, right? Like, if you had friends that were like, this would be cool to send to another friend, come here, suck my dick while I read this. All right, check this out. Look at what's going on right now. What do you think of this for a promo, he says to me. I'm like, if there's any way to sell a book, it's like that. So, yeah, but I can't put it out. Right? That's so cool, man. That's just so cool. Right? That's just so cool. I thought I was going to end 30 years. What about if this is what was your experience because you knew game? Here, put this on. Well, how about this? How about this was your house? This is your living room. And what if that was one of the greatest fighters that ever lived? Okay. Man, how do you buy that experience? When it's your day-to-day living. These aren't like, let's do a fucking video for it. These are like, I should consider showing this video or not, but it's my life, right? I'm not showing anything out of the ordinary. It's my life. You want to create Picasso relationships. I know Brett and I know Kingpin, and you don't know many other people that I know. I'm going to tell you something. The way my friendship with these guys is, I'm always going to have money, and I'm always going to, if I need it, I can have it. Is it true, Brett? Yes or no? KP?
Oh, 100%.
Now, put them together, and one of them knowing the other one has also my back, it makes it even more solid. You understand how that? But they're not the only ones. They're the ones you guys know, right? But it's a relationship. So I don't need to make 8 figures. I got to do what I can do because he makes 8 figures, right? I don't need to do what he does. So then we can all be friends. I'm not supposed to try to outdo them. Right? I'm supposed to outdo me every day, what I love to do, right? So it's like you want to get to a point in the social dynamics that you're just doing you, but your friends are dope. So then you just like any moment that anybody gets to be around you is dope. Listen, I'm going to go home right now and prepare for my other girl to come, right? I'm going to have 3, not 4. One went home today, went to the other home. I have 3 beautiful girls that are there waiting for me right now. They have lives, just so you know. They don't need to be sitting there waiting for me to spend 2 hours with me. And then they're going to be told, you have to leave. Why? Because my new girlfriend is coming over. And also these words, I love her so much. Isn't that crazy? I'm having that experience at the same time as you having whatever experience you're having with women. And I'm telling you, you can do a lot with it. Maybe not here. Remember, I'm not doing what Mystery did. I'm doing what I do with what he did. So I don't know what you're going to do, but you might even come up with some other shit that I go, whoa. I mean, you really could. What could a guy with 8-figure income do, or whatever his figure? We don't know what his figure income is. It's kind of unlimited, I think. What I heard from KP, and I never forget, is he could go over the weekend and make $20,000 if he wants. He just doesn't want to do it. He's bored with it, and he sees no value in it. Now, anybody else who's not in this position be like, bro, just go and come back. Give it to me. And he's like, no, he's earned that. Right? Just like, yeah, I could fuck this girl, that girl. I don't want to. No, because it's not fulfilling. I know exactly what it is when you reach a certain level. So there's an abundance of that around us. You guys understand how it goes? Like you want to have your regular activity be so high value that you got to be like, okay, well, I can't just introduce everybody to these guys, right? We're supposed to become that in IMC Nation, where it's just like your time is so valuable because every goddamn word you speak, you know something, and you speak on you. Or you're so smart that when you speak, you ask a question. But what you don't do is do dumb shit other people do. Brag about your shit. What's that going to do? Right? What's that going to do if you brag money to that guy, brags money to that guy? What's that going to do? Right? I'm not going to brag pickup. I'm going to talk pickup to Mystery. Yes, oh, you should see this, dude. You don't even know what happened. It sounds like bragging, but if you enter the mindset, it's not. It's two wrestlers. Bro, it was this, it was that. Yeah, I'm bragging, but I'm more sharing so that we can talk about it together. So you can be like, yeah, I know what that feeling is like. Have you tried that? Oh, that sounds cool. Was it this timing, right? We're lost in bliss as men because we talk about these things and we live these things. And Vegas gives us an opportunity to have an advantage over all beautiful women. That's why this is the place for that. You're at a disadvantage wherever you are. Unless maybe you're in Thailand, I think you have an advantage. There's third world countries that are better than this for this. But your game will stay weak. I did a podcast 2 days ago. No, what is it? It might be a boy. I did a podcast with a guy 2 days ago, 2-3 days ago. You guys will see it if he puts it up. I think he's going to put it up. He lives in Thailand, okay? He gets chicks left and right. Watch the podcast, right? Because I go after his throat in there, right in front of my girls. My girls were there. I did a podcast with 4 girls right there, right? Ask whatever the fuck you want. But you'll see how his game is now stuck because he's in a land that he could just have a little bit of money and get prostitutes left and right. Beautiful women are going to go to him. But boy, he knows nothing. And he knows nothing. And when it ended, it was like, can we do this again? Because you want to learn? Yeah. I'll do it because I like to teach. And you have what, 75,000 followers on YouTube? I'll teach you. You have value. You're not the same as everybody else. You feel me? Okay. That's like way over time now. All right. We got the offer. Brett, you end it. I'm out. Brett's gone. Brett's out too. We overdid it.
Bro, I'm here, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to give it to you to end it. Yeah.
Amazing class, dude. IMC Nation is on such a meteoric rise right now. It's really an honor to be here. Thank you, AZD, for what you're doing.
You're very welcome. I just got an alarming text, so that wasn't a good acknowledgement. But yes, you're welcome.
But anyone that's here, there's a lot of stuff that's going on in IMC Nation. It is an exclusive group, but all are welcome until they're not. And you know, there's a lot of separate classes that go on, a lot of advanced teachings that are available.
When are you coming home? When are you coming home?
Very special.
When are you coming home? You have a place here. When are you coming?
I'll be there. I actually just messaged KP. I'll be there October 16th.
Okay. I'm dealing with dumb shit. October 16th. That's okay. I got it. I know what October 9th is. My girlfriend's coming back. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
We're good, Brett?
We are good, sir. Be the best. Fuck the rest.
Be the best and fuck the rest. See you guys.